So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert. If this is your first time tuning in. So today we're going to talk about another unconventional side hustle, another way to make some extra cash, extra money. This side hustle, as you can tell from the thumbnail, can be for someone looking to do this full-time, or if you're looking to do this part-time and you already have a regular full-time job. This kind of works either way. I do know a handful of people, not a whole lot of people, but a handful of people doing this. I don't personally do this. It's not something I really have a huge interest in, but I'm just sharing the information with you guys here on the internet, on YouTube. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. If you gain any value from this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, so being a travel agent. So you can typically do this either part-time or full-time, depending on your schedule, depending on if you have any other obligations, if you have a family, if you have a job, you know, maybe you have a career, maybe you just want to do this on the side to make some extra cash, and maybe you have a huge interest in travel. Now, I have an interest in travel, but I don't have an interest in working in travel. I just like to travel itself. I don't want to be working in this industry. But this is going to be good for people who are really organized, really well with timing, and really well with scheduling, as well as people who like to research. If you like to research, that's going to be great for you, because basically what you're doing, in case you don't know, you're just going to be scheduling people's vacations, so that way the person booking you doesn't have to think about what's their next move. They basically tell the travel agent what they want to do, what they kind of expect out of a trip. That travel agent will go out and search the areas that they plan on visiting, with activities to do for that day. They basically just plan out your whole day, and the person booking it doesn't have to really think about anything. Now, again, you're going to have to give the travel agent, they're going to have to give you, if you're trying to do this, your itinerary. Where do you plan on going? What parts of the city, what parts of the country are you trying to visit? What are you trying to do? As well as, finding out how old the person is. Is it a physical activity? Is it an activity that person can actually even physically do? Say they want to go to Switzerland. It might be your job as a travel agent to, ask them some questions. If they want to go paragliding, but they're 80 years old, maybe they're really athletic, really, in shape 80-year-olds, but generally speaking, it's not going to be a good idea for an 80-year-old to go paragliding or to be racing down some mountains or something like that. You're a little bit more fragile at 80 years old versus if it's a 30-something or 20-something-year-old person doing this. But again, that's for you and your travel agent to discuss. But just things like that, just getting general information from the people paying you to schedule their trips for them is going to be a big thing. Now, aside from that, there's also ways to kind of specialize being a travel agent. There's other ways to do it, and again, as I've gotten older, I've learned this kind of lesson, and that's the person who knows a little about a lot typically doesn't make as much as a person who knows a lot about a little. So kind of say that to yourself again, and I'll kind of explain here shortly. So if you're looking to specialize, so I guess I'll kind of explain, give you a real world situation here. Say you're an electrician, or say you meet an electrician who specializes and that's all he does for a living is electricity. He typically will charge more because he probably has all the certifications, he already has all the knowledge, all the skills, all the experience. He can charge a premium for his services because he's an expert at what he does. That's what he honed in on, and that's what he's good at. That's what you're going to pay him for. And he knows A through Z on how to do all this stuff. And I'm going to tie this back into the travel agent. Just give me a second. Say you hire a general contractor who knows a lot, but not a lot about a specific topic or specific skill. You can't really demand that higher premium that an electrician can, because he may know a little bit about plumbing, a little bit about electrical, a little bit about carpentry. He's not a expert in any particular area, so you can't demand that kind of pricing as a electrician could for the same type of work. Again, may not even have the licenses to do all of that work in general. So again, tying this back into being a travel agent, there's different areas that you can specialize in being a travel agent. So there are people that just specialize in kind of local travel. Somebody who is maybe 50 mile radius, 100-mile radius of the general area, especially if you're in a touristy town. It's a great idea. For us, there's people that are in the hill country. That's all they do is specialize in the hill country. They can show you the ins and outs of the hill country. So they can probably charge more if they just specialize in the hill country. Say they have tons of reviews, they're well known, and they know the area very, very well, versus somebody who's coming from the outside, may not have a good idea of the area. Sure, they can research it, but research isn't as good as hands-on experience with the particular matter, right? So there's that. Outside of that, you can also specialize like a statewide specialty in being a travel agent. You can specialize here in Texas, for instance. Texas is a big state and it's very, very diverse. You go out west, it's pretty deserty. Go out east, you got a lot of pines. You got south, you got a lot of brush country. And you go up north, the Panhandle and all that area. So there's a different, you know, it's very diverse. There's very different things to do here in Texas. But, you know, you could be just a Texas travel agent and just kind of hone in on your skills, learn the state, and just figure out what people like to do, what people can do for specific ages or for specific interest. We have a lot of state parks. We have a bunch of stuff that people can do here in Texas. So again, and this applies for every state. You know, some states have more tourism than others, but that's another idea. Now there are domestic travel agents. So people who focus more on, say, the United States, you know, as a whole. You know, they may recommend, you know, things for people, excuse me, coming in overseas and focusing on travel in the United States. That's also an option as well. Now there's also international travel. So you can actually hire an agent here that'll be looking overseas or anywhere you're going internationally for things for you to do in that, you know, that country or wherever you're going. So there's different specialties, there's different ways to kind of increase your value in the marketplace for being a travel agent, to make yourself stand out as well. Now again, you have to go out and do a little research. You know, where's a lot of demand but there isn't a lot of supply. So where's there a lot of people looking to travel to, but there's not a lot of travel agents that know that area, that are in the area, or have any kind of expertise in that area. So I'm sure you can find some. I'm sure there's some pockets where, you know, you can fill some voids that are needed. But just want to give this information out there, give people some ideas. Again, none of this is financial advice, but just ideas on how you can make some extra cash. Now, the people I do know that do this, I think only one does it full-time, and the other like two do it kind of part-time. They have full-time jobs, but a lot of them focus like on Hawaii. There's one person that I know that focuses on Hawaii travel, which is good. A lot of people travel to Hawaii. It's a high tourist area. It costs a lot of money. So I think she makes a couple $100 per, I guess, booking or client or whatever it is. And again, depending on how long they're going to be there, the ultimate end goal of that destination and how many activities they're going to be doing, etc. All that is dependent on you know, her income on that booking is all dependent on everything that she's going to be having to do for either, you know, the person, the family, or whoever's traveling out there. So yeah, just a quick information. Like I said, not financial advice. Hope everyone got something out of it, and if you did gain any value, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Be careful, be good, take care, and God bless. See you guys later. Bye-bye.